the selection of this topical issue for bringing to the attention of the Minister. I'm sorry that the Direct Line Minister, again, isn't here on this occasion. But Dundrum Town Centre, I think anybody here in this House knows it. It's the largest footfall, most modern shopping centre in the country. It's the subject of Project Jewel, Sale by NAMA. But on the 5th floor of Dundrum Shopping Centre, there are 3 entities that provide hugely valuable community services. There is Dublin South FM radio, in operation for 30 years, a staff of 13. The staff are mainly Community Employment Scheme employees. It broadcasts to a listenership of 12,000 people. It has about 1,000 contributors, and it covers all the gamut of life, community life, political discussion, and so on, and community services. The Dublin Adult Training and Education Centre is also a physical occupier of the 5th floor, and it provides 54 classes to about 600 learners aged 18 to 90. And they have all been prepaid for the current session from the middle of September. So there's commitments financially, and there's commitments in terms of providing the classes to that element of the physical occupation. And then lastly, there's the Citizens Information Centre, which answers about 6,000 citizens' queries every year. And in fact, that has been in existence for almost 40 years, and President Higgins was there in February earlier this year, marking he was at the Dublin Adult Training and Education Centre, which runs the classes, and has done so for 30 years. He was there celebrating that this year. On the 24th of September, letters were received by the Citizens Information Centre and by the Dublin South FM radio to say they had 4 weeks to quit. Now that's uncivil in any society, any developed society. When so many people, if you add them all up, there's about 18,600 people directly affected, between listeners of the radio, people at classes, and citizens' information coming for information on and advice, advocacy services on many ranges of issues. 25 local volunteers man that service, and it's a high-quality service to residents. Part of the planning permission for the Dundrum Centre was that there would be 2,700 square metres of facilities for a creche, performance arts area, and community groups areas. It's the 5th floor of the shopping centre that provides the subject facilities that I'm talking about here. It's just not right that in a modern civilised society, firms of solicitors, because of a unilateral decision of the town centre management acting on behalf of Crossridge Investments Limited, can do what it did. It's not on. And when they asked me, what would you do, Peter? I said, first of all, I wouldn't move. Secondly, I'd be there personally to help you to stage a lock-in if it came to it.
Thank you, Deputy.
And well, I have 5 seconds to go, Count Gordon. Okay. I know I've been a bit naughty in other areas of the order of business, but it behoves the Minister to put a brake on this and to insist that civil discussions are opened. Thank you.
Thank you, Count Corla, and I thank Deputy Matthews for raising the issue again. I am taking this on behalf of Minister O'Sullivan. By way of background, the Department of Education and Skills funds the further education and training provision through SOLAS. SOLAS provides funding to the ETBs, the Education and Training Boards, through an annual budgetary process for a wide range of further education and training services. The ETBs are autonomous bodies and are responsible for the organisation of provision in their functional areas. Dundrum Adult Training and Education, known as DATE, as the Deputy is referred to, is a voluntary group that we know was founded in 1984 and has been supported by Dublin and Dún Laoghaire ETB, and prior to its establishment, County Dublin Vocational Education Committee for many years. DATE moved to its current location in Dundrum in 2006. The ETB took out the lease of the unit, and DATE has operated its services from the centre since. The partnership between DATE and the Dublin and Dunleera ETB, or the DDL-ETB, has seen the adult education programme available through DATE grow and develop to meet the needs of those who want to attend daytime adult education classes, and the Deputy has referred to that. In 2014, DATE enrolled 1,990 learners for a range of courses in areas including computers, arts, crafts and languages. Classes are held on a daily basis, mornings and afternoons. In addition to DATE, the Citizens Information Service and the community radio station are tenants in Unit 2, Floor 5 of Dundrum Town Centre. DDL ETB leases the unit, and the two tenants sublease from the ETB. Again, this was outlined by the Deputy. The tenants do not pay rent for the lease of their accommodation, although they pay the service charges arising. The ETB meets the services charges arising for DATE. The landlord has recently issued a notice. That's the reason why we're talking about this today, and it was for the end of October. It is understood that an issue has arisen in relation to the lease terms and conditions which the landlord has sought to have addressed. Dublin and the Dunleera ETB has informed the department that they are in discussions with the landlord to resolve the outstanding matters. The Minister is very anxious that these discussions are concluded quickly to the satisfaction of all parties, so that the valuable service provided to learners, and has been articulated by Deputy Matthews, and other service users continues to operate without interruption.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Minister. I acknowledge what you say. The important thing is here, as written to me by the Jerry Ash, Chair of the Board of Directors of Citizens Information Centre, which deals with 6,000 queries. I think he summarises it well. He says, the CIC had previously held a sublease from Education and Training Board, who also rents space in the town centre, but earlier this year the town centre informed us that they would issue a lease directly to the CIC and its parent company, the Dunleary Rathdown Citizens Information Service. However, while we were in negotiations for this lease, the town centre decided unilaterally to withdraw the offer of a lease and has demanded immediate vacant possession. We also understand that the ETB has not secured a lease, so they're not in a position to offer a sublease. What I'm saying, as I said in my first intervention, is put a brake on it all and bang heads together in a civilised and civil way, and then let solicitors to articulate in law or in contract what civilised discussion has achieved. But there's 18,600 people affected, and that's too many people to be affected in a very non-civil and very rude and abrupt and discourteous way. That's the point of the whole thing. Thank you. And Ceann Comhairle, thanks again for taking the issue.
Thank you. Thank you. And we're ahead of time, I think. Again, I note the Deputy's closing comment and the quote from Mr. Ash. Again, I can only reiterate at this point that what the Deputy has said is now on the record, and I'm hopeful that the powers that be are listening from the Department of Education and Skills, and again, that discussions are ongoing. Sorry, forgive me, I repeat the line that Dublin and Dunleary ETB has informed the department that they are in discussions with the landlord to resolve the outstanding matter. So I'm hopeful that your intervention here today, through the Chair, should add some additionality to that case. Thank you.
I think, Ceann Comhairle, was that you don't want the project dual temptation to eliminate or to obliterate courtesy in conduct of life.
Thank you. Good morning, Ceann Comhairle.